Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It's great to be with you today. It's Thursday, and it is June 4th, 2026. Great to be with you here. If this is your very first time joining me, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you, and I want to say welcome. If you've been here one time, five times, 10, 20, 50, 100, or more, I'd like to take the opportunity to not only say thank you, but I'd also like to say the words welcome back. So it's great to have people that enjoy the quality and content that I produce here on this show and other shows. So great to have you here. Don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations, which you can do 24 hours a day. That is, once the show is over. Guys, if you're thirsty, if you're hungry or what have you, feel free to go grab yourself some RO water, another snack or beverage, and get comfy, or another snack, whatever you'd like, and we'll get the show going. All right, guys, let's get the show started. All right, so this is Inspirations for Your Life, in case you're wondering if you're on the right channel or not. You are. Again, it is so great to have everyone here this Thursday, which is June 4th, 2026. This is Series 5, which means we're in our Season 5, episode number 23, and show 23, and it's episode number 6, excuse me. And it's all about how we understand relationships, connection, and respect. Hey, everyone, if you don't know who I am by now, I'm John C. Morley, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. I'm a serial entrepreneur, engineer and marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, passionate lifelong learner, and now so grateful to be a published author in New Jersey. So this is a master build. Your life with discipline, growth, and ownership. And it is great to have you here with me today. So I'm diving deep into understanding relationships, connection, and of course, respect. If you've ever wanted deeper friendships, stronger business partnerships, or better family bonds, or more meaningful connections in general in life, this episode is exactly what you need. I'm breaking down 30 powerful principles that will transform how you relate to people, build trust, and create relationships that last. This isn't theory, guys. This is real world wisdom I'm sharing about connection that builds lasting bonds. Let's kick it off, all right? Number one, communicate clearly. Because people can't read your mind, and speaking with precision prevents confusion from destroying what you're trying to build. Most relationships break up oftentimes because of, well, bad communication, misunderstandings. Number two, listen actively to understand people instead of just waiting for your turn to talk. Because true listening shows respect and opens doors that silence keeps closed. Now, the thing is, a lot of people that do this wait for somebody to be quiet and then they try to chime in, but they haven't been paying attention to what you're saying. They just know they want to get in edgewise, right? Number three, show empathy when others struggle, because seeing their pain and acknowledging it creates connection that words alone cannot simply achieve. Number four, guys, respect boundaries and honor the space people need, because pushing past their limits breaks trust faster than any mistake ever could. Number five, build trust gradually through consistency, because trust isn't given in a moment. It's earned through repeated actions that prove you're reliable and accountable. Number six, guys, avoid toxic dynamics that drain your energy, because staying in harmful relationships steals your time, your joy, and peace from everything else you want. Number seven, support others with honesty and care, because helping people without judgment shows them they matter and strengthens the bond between you and them. Number eight, give honest feedback, even when it's hard. Because, see, real help comes from truth, and pretending everything is fine keeps people stuck. And that's a problem. Number nine, stay patient with people and with the process. Everyone's learning as well as you are, because everyone grows at different paces, and speeds. And rushing them breaks their confidence in you, and it just makes the relationship have to keep starting all over again, or it ends it. Number 10, avoid unnecessary conflict, because you see, fighting over small things wastes energy that could build something bigger and stronger together. So why don't we try that next time? That'd be really cool, right? Number 11, build strong networks by connecting with people intentionally, because the right relationships open doors you cannot unlock alone. I was having a conversation with someone today, referred by another podcaster, and great to hear his accomplishments, great to hear my accomplishments. And we decided to, stay in touch, but there wasn't a direct connect at the present moment, which is okay. It's important to keep the bridges open, right? You don't want to burn a bridge. And there's no rush to cross a bridge. You don't have to rush. Just don't burn the bridge, okay? Because once you do that, you can't go back. Well, you can try, but rebuilding it is like virtually impossible. You can, but it will take a lot of humble pie and a lot more, guys. Number 12, be dependable. So people know you'll show up when you say you will, because reliability is the foundation of trust in every single relationship. You might say, John, what does it matter if I show up or not? If I count on you and you're not there, it looks bad on you. It definitely looks bad on me if other people were counting on you because I said you were going to be there. It looks bad on me. So I think a lot of times people get forced into commitments like volunteering and other types of things because they're guilted into it. But it's not something that comes from their heart. And I want to tell you tonight that, I've been down that path. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. John will do that. He'll help us. I remember a lady probably about 4 years ago. I'm not going to mention her name because that's not good school. And it was one of the not-for-profits that I belonged to. And I remember her saying, we'll get John. He'll volunteer. He has all that experience. He has a print shop. He could do all that kind of stuff. And when my name got volunteered, they said, well, what do you think, John? I said, I'll be happy to help you for a reasonable fee. Oh, yeah, I'm not here to do it for free. I'm sorry about that. And you don't need to apologize for that. You give what you can give, but don't give more just because you're trying to impress somebody else. I used to think that was the name of the game many years ago. It's not. And burnout happens because you overcommit yourself, and then that becomes a real nightmare, right? And you might say to me, John, well, I promised this person, and, I'm allegiant to them. Well, that's great, but that doesn't mean that they can run your doorstep off. That doesn't mean that you have to say yes to everything that they ask, okay? A lot of friends say no to other friends because they don't want to get involved with that. They don't want to do that, right? It's not personal. It's just their own way. And you can't chastise somebody. You can't belittle somebody because they didn't want to help you. It doesn't matter whether I want to stay home and chill or whether I have other things to do like study or go to school. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I am good to myself. A lot of times people don't do that because they get afraid of what the other person's going to say. So the person was like, "Oh yeah, ask John. He'll be able to volunteer and do that." And I looked at her and I said, I'll be happy to maybe give you, like a half hour or something and go over something. But I will give you a good price. Unfortunately, I can't give all my time for that. I'm sorry. And they look at me and I was like, I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't volunteer. I was volunteered and I can't do that. And when you say no, they put that guilt flag up and you're like, oh, and in the past, they're like, oh, you know what? I got to put that guilt flag down. I'm just going to do it. Now, you know what I said? You know what, John? No, No, no. Because see, when I say no, I empower myself to say yes to myself. That's not an easy thing, guys. It's similar to peer pressure, but it's on the adult level. And adults have this very uncanny way of trying to guilt you into doing something. It could be donating money, it could be donating your time. The key is to recognize it. And once you've recognized it, then decide how much you're going to give. Don't let somebody else predicate what you're going to give or not give. Because in the end of the day, you're going to be unhappy because you gave more. We've always talked about having our cup be full. If suddenly our cup is empty, not only can we not give to others, we can't sustain our own living, our own self. I think that's what a lot of people don't get, is that everyone has a life. Everyone has the right and privilege to their own choices. And don't dare let anybody guilt you, because that person is using that guilt, is using that tactic to get you to commit. I don't do that. When I want help, I'm like, hey, would you help me out? I don't guilt somebody. I don't do that. But a lot of organizers, a lot of charity people, they do that. Even some churches do that, right? Giving money and things like that. They guilt you. That's no way to treat somebody. If you want to give from the heart, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's your resources, then do it. But don't allow somebody, I don't care whether they're younger than you, they're older than you, don't you dare let them manipulate you or put you down because you're not volunteering, or because you're not helping them, or because you're not giving them money, or because a million other things, right? Don't fall into that trap. And when something like that happens, it's a good time to change the conversation. Well, look at the time. I got to get going. Well, we were talking about, yeah, we'll have to talk about another time. And you're out. And that gets you out. And now those other people in the circle, oh, yeah, look at the time. Where do you have to go? Then everybody tries to use that excuse. And people are like really putting them on the stage. Like, well, where do you have to go? Well, I got to go home. And do what? When somebody gets that in your face, it's time to say the words goodbye. Goodbye. Number 13, guys. Remember to show appreciation regularly, because acknowledging what people do makes them feel valued and motivates them to keep investing in who? You. Yeah, you. Stay present, guys, in conversations without letting your mind wander, because people notice when you're truly there, and that builds connection. I know a lot of people, you'll be in a conversation and their eyes are like all glassy and they're not really paying attention. But as soon as you stop, oh, and so what I want to know is, well, where'd that come from? How does that relate to what we're talking about? It's rude, but people do it all the time. Those are people I'm not going to hang around. That's obvious. Right? Number 15, guys. And this is a hard one for a lot of people. You know what it is? Avoid distractions when talking to people, because your phone or your laptop stealing your attention tells them they're not the most important thing right now. They're not important enough. If I've ever forgot to silence my cell phone and I'm in a meeting, I say, excuse me, let me just silence my cell phone. I apologize. I think a lot of people have not developed that self-control. They don't know that you could put your phone in do not disturb, right? Which I do before every show. But people continuously get manipulated over and over again. Why? Because they can. And because they have not been able to recognize the patterns to avoid. That's tricky, guys. Very, very tricky. Number 16, Understand perspectives before you judge, because seeing where someone else stands helps you connect with them instead of pushing them away. It's all about looking at life through the other person's glasses or walking life in their shoes for a little while. And when you do, you start to realize, well, wait a minute, maybe I wasn't really rational about that. Maybe I wasn't really fair about that. If I had that situation, I don't know how I could do that. I don't know how that would be possible, right? So that's a very important point. Number 17, guys. I want you to build mutual respect by treating others with dignity, because respect earned through kindness creates bonds that will last forever. You're not kind because you're expecting something from them, whether it's money or something else material, right? Not doing that for that reason, I hope. But a lot of people do it for that reason because they're professional manipulators. And that's not something you should be proud of. That's someone who basically knows how to push people's buttons. It doesn't allow someone to be who they are. They become a puppet controller. The sad part is most people don't even know they're being controlled. And when the strings get pulled, they respond. Yip, 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 bah, right? They respond on command without even thinking. They've learned how to push your buttons. They've learned what's going to get you to react. They've learned that when they say certain things, if they keep doing it, it's going to make you feel bad about yourself that you haven't done enough. That's pitiful, guys. Number 18. You ready for number 18? Number 18 is one that a lot of people probably would not agree with me on because it's not easy. And it's something that has been going on for years. And many people feel that it's something to pass time and that it's okay to do it. But I'm here to tell you it's not okay to do it, regardless of what your age is. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, avoid gossip. Because you see, talking negatively about others behind their backs destroys trust and makes people question your own integrity. Do I really want to hang around with this guy or this lady? Is this how he acts? This is his level of integrity. Do I want to be with this person? Is this the kind of company I want to be part of? No. No. I know that's not an easy thing for people to understand. But once you have felt it once, you're going to be more aware of it. And chances are it may only happen to you one more time. But you've got to be aware of that situation. Okay. Number 19, please encourage others when they doubt themselves, because your words can lift them up when they feel stuck and remind them they're capable of anything. Your words and thoughts could be the difference of someone becoming a success or someone just waiting on the bench for coach to call them into play. A word, a thought, a feeling. Number 20, stay positive even when things go hard, because you see, negativity spreads and your energy sets the tone for how everyone feels around you. It's like if you think about a bottle of perfume or men's cologne. The minute you spray that a little bit from the atomizer, right? Within less than a few minutes, the whole room smells like that island or that scent. Same thing happens. Your energy could travel several feet around you. People can feel your energy. People can feel your authenticness. People can feel when you're conning them. They may not respond right away, but they don't feel easy around you. Number 21, be solution focused. When problems arise, because focusing on fixes instead of blames moves everyone forward instead of keeping them stuck. I've said this once, I'll say it many times before. Again, if you're not part of the solution, unfortunately, you're part of the problem. Number 22, resolve issues calmly without letting emotions explode. Because you see, anger destroys what patience can repair, and calm heads create better outcomes. Number 23, build meaningful connections by investing time, because shallow relationships fade while the deep ones will grow stronger with attention and effort, and they will give you the rewards from life. Number 24, invest time, folks, in relationships consistently, because you see, people feel valued when you show up and regularly, and that builds loyalty over months and years. We were having a conversation, it was actually on LinkedIn. Somebody was saying something about, people care about what you do for them. No, they don't care what you do for them. I said a caveat. We need to add on, that's important, but we need to add on the fact that people will always remember not what you did for them, how you made them feel. How you made them feel. Number 25, guys, stay consistent with people so they don't get frustrated. You won't change based on circumstances, because reliability creates trust that will survive and outlast any hard times. Somebody once said, hard times never last, tough people always will. Number 26, integrity in interactions by doing what you say, because honesty builds respect, and breaking promises breaks trust. It's a lot harder to build trust once you've destroyed it. Number 27, avoid being selfish. And think about others too, because you see, relationships die when one person takes everything and gives nothing back. Me first, you never. Or you second, but somehow the second never happens. So there's never enough for the other person. Sharing doesn't exist in that mentality. Number 28, build loyalty by being there through the ups and the downs. Because you see, people stick with those who stood by them when everything got hard. They didn't build friendship when things were easy. They built friendship when things were challenging, when things were hard. Number 29, keep communication open so no one feels shut out, because silence creates distance and talking keeps bonds strong and alive. A good way to do this is having a conversation saying, hey, just so I'm clear about what you said, and you can repeat that back. People will be so not only impressed, but so filled with respect for you because of how you carried yourself. That's powerful, guys. People will have respect for you. They will have respect for you. Keeping communication open is not easy, folks. It's a two-way street. But it's important to make sure you're understood. And if you don't understand them and say, wait, I understand you're trying to share a problem. I'll be honest with you, I don't quite understand what you mean, and I want to understand. Or you might say something like, would you mind if I take notes on this? I want to make sure I understand everything correctly. People will be like, oh, yeah, sure. Number 30, strengthen bonds by investing in the relationship regularly. Because you see, connections fade without attention, and they grow stronger with consistent care. I'm not saying you have to spend hours. I'm saying you've got to nurture them a little bit. A little bit. And that little bit will grow on you and on them. You'll feel good. You'll create a bond. And you'll start to realize that you trust the other person and they trust you. But you see, these things don't happen superficially overnight. That's not trust. That's what I'll call lab-grown manipulation. It's not a lab, but you get my point. It's fabricated. It's not truth. It's done to push your buttons. It's due to get a result from you without the greater good of all concerned. Without the greater good of all concerned. That's something I hope will open up a lot of your eyes and minds. Do you listen to others when they talk? Or are you always trying to interject? Well, I got to quit. No, be quiet. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to what they have to say. That is very, very important. If you can't be quiet for just a few minutes, how can you ever expect someone to like you or to trust you? If you can't spend a few minutes to understand what's on their mind, why should they give you a few minutes to learn what's on your mind? It's a two-way street, folks. It absolutely is a two-way street. And you've got to make the decision now that you want to be in a two-way relationship, not a one-way street. That's important, guys. If you're on manipulation street, you might get some things, but you're also going to harm the relationship over the long term. I'm talking about romantic, non-romantic, platonic, non-platonic, however you want to think about it. That's the truth, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Inspirations for Your Life. And I am John C. Morley. And I just want to thank you so much for listening to the show today. And as you guys know, I'm a serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, passionate lifelong learner, very grateful published author. And again, I love sharing stories with you. These 30 principles that I've just shared with you are the foundation of connection, respect, and relationships that will master your life. You see, ladies and gentlemen, clear communication builds trust. Active listening creates understanding. Respect strengthens bonds. Consistency proves reliability. Let's continue to inspire your life, and let's make sure your relationship, as well as others, is healthy and flourishes for the greater good of all concerned. Have a great one, everyone, and be well.